You're watching Metallicomania, and I'm your host CJ. Welcome back to another album review, which will be Revocation's Netherheaven. I think that's what you call it. Yeah, I got it right. Well, I can say this is one of the best albums of the year, in my opinion, so far. The year is still like 3 months, but yeah. One of my favorites of the year. Spoiler alert for the review. I definitely think this is an amazing album. It's got amazing death metal parts, technical as all hell, and amazing. Further ado, let's go into it. This kind of quality is the reason why Revocation is one of my favorites in death metal. Nether Heaven has to be one of the most technical death metal albums I've ever heard. It's very technical, it's very intense. At some parts, it's very like laid back and groovy at some points, and has some more melodic senses in some parts, and then just goes full on technical again. And it's just over and over and over and over and over, blistering slow, blistering slow. It's just a great mix of everything that you'd want from death metal. Um, it's one of the most. It's amazing, one of the best of 2022 so far. The things I like is how technical this album gets. The riffs, being some of the best I've heard from the tech death genre. It's one of my favorite genres out there. I definitely really enjoy tech death when I listen to it. And the vocals. The vocals on this album are top notch vocals. I absolutely love the vocals on this album. And yes, I've seen Revocation live once before. With Cannibal Corpse back in 2017. Power Trip was also on that tour as well. And I've seen them in my local town. I just wanted to throw that out there. Say, yeah, I've seen them before. In my opinion, this is a perfect album from front to back. Another thing I like to touch on is like, is it perfect? And yes, I think this album is absolutely perfect all the way through. I like every second of it. Ultimately, one of my favorites. One of my favorite releases from this year. Yeah, it's basically the whole album is standouts. I had to pick five, but I did put an honorable mention because the one song, it could have been six because I narrowed it down to five, which I have to, because I do five standouts on every record, and this had 9 songs, and all 9 of them are just amazing. Diabolical Majesty is just absolutely good from the opening minute. It's the first song on the album, and what a first song to have. A riff-packed, brutal song to start out this album. I had to pause for a minute. I cannot say enough on how much I love this song and how much I love this album. I think it's like absolutely. I love this album. It's one of my favorite tech death albums ever. It's probably going to. I'm probably going to listen to this album a couple more times again as well. I've listened to this album maybe like 5 times already, and I just like every minute of it every time I listen to it. Nihilistic Violence is the third song on the album. The first song I heard from this album a couple of weeks ago. I seen the video for it, and I was like, I'm hyped for this album now because this song is so good. Absolutely enjoy everything, especially the riffs. The riffs on this song is more of like it's a laid back riffage for the start. It's like heavy chugs, and then goes on to the full on craziness at the very end. I absolutely love that for this song. Move on. Stay Strange and Eternal. The opening of the song is just amazing. Like the soloing intro for this song is amazing. I like it. Everything about the song is absolutely killer. Absolutely love everything on this song. The riffs, the drums, everything for this song. Honestly, the interventing abyss of untold eons. The song is some of the most technical guitar playing on this album. I thought it was the most fast paced song until Recrucified came in at the very end, which that's another one I have a standout as well. The very end song as well. Interventing Abyss is another one of my favorite songs from this album. I can't really pinpoint on what is my absolute favorite because there's just way too damn many, honestly. Um, the technical guitar playing, the solos, everything on this song, on this album is absolutely amazing. Re-Crucified, the most brutal, intense song to finish the album. It's the most intense song on the album, and it's the last one. And Corpse Grinders on this song from Cannibal Corpse as well. Um, yeah, I absolutely love this song. Just absolutely love it. Just everything about this song. Probably it. It's not my favorite. Probably Nihilistic Violence is my favorite right now, but that could change because this album is, well, amazing. And the honorable mention is Lessons in Occult Theft, another one that is pretty intense and has some good riffage to it. Overall, this album is one of the best of the year in my opinion. I'm not doing an end of the year list of my favorites of the year. I'm not doing that this year, but if I did that, this album would be on there definitely. But yeah, that's what I think of this album. Hope everybody liked it, and I will see everyone in the next video, which will be probably tomorrow. And yeah, stay metal.